Yes, everyone, you know what time it is. It's your boys Jack and Dave here. We are back for another watch along. My first watch along of the season. David's second. It is going to be the second friendly of this summer. We're going up against QPR and we're staying in London. The boys didn't have to travel far. Hopefully anybody that's in the London area, you Spurs fans, are able to go to the game or be around the pub to be able to watch this one. Dave and I are going to be watching it on Spurs play together. Looking forward to this mighty day of Tottenham Hotspur, and let's see how they unfold. But Dave, we have already so many in the chat. Pre-match build-up sound like it went pretty strong. How you feeling? And we'll get to the lineup in just a second. But Dave, I like the top. You can see in the background, I'm making my first little stabs at a background for once for our lovely people. No longer do we have the white walls and the hostage setting from before that I had. I'm looking forward to a good season, Dave, and I'm looking forward to my first watch-along of the season with you. One of many that we've done before, but our very first of this season. Let's get it done.
Well, first of all, Jack, two of the sharpest minds and sharpest beards, in the game. So it's great to have you back. And not only is it my blessing, I don't have to be stressed out when things go wrong. You know how to fix it, which is a massive plus. I don't have that capability as of yet. So on my end, it's great to have you back. But also, I've no doubt for a viewing experience, they're absolutely delighted to have you back, which is great to see. And look, I'm excited. We ended off the Hearts game with a 5-1 win. The youngsters, gave a lot of talking points over the course of the week for everybody. And I think many people are just excited again to see, what they can bring. And of course, we'll go through the lineups, but it seems to be a bit more mixed this time in the first half, which I'm excited to see, Jack. So it's great to be back. I'm pumped for this game. A really good pre-match build-up. Really enjoyed the discussion. If you haven't and you've only tuned in for the watch-along, in future we do pre-match shows where we discuss it for an hour or two before the game. Get in on it. Usually great, riveting conversations. But today we're up against QPR. I don't care if people tell me it's a friendly, Jack. It's a London derby and I want to win.
He wants to win no matter what, Dave does. But let's go into the lineups here. Brandon Austin was once again in goals. He had a pretty good couple of saves in the last game, so maybe he's just being rewarded once again. It is a bit odd is I feel like no Forster. Yet again, no Fraser Forster. I'm a bit confused by that. Maybe we'll get an explanation at some stage from either the club or maybe someone like an Alistair Gold. We have Pedro Porro most likely starting again at right back. Archie Gray starting again at center back alongside Oliver Skipp. I thought Archie Gray looked fine in that center back role last time. I understand that's not really the position that maybe everybody wants to get a glimpse of him. Everybody wants to see what he's made of, but he did, I think, show that he's a very intelligent footballer and actually was very physical and just handled himself in a variety of ways, either defensively, in possession. I thought he had a fine display in his first appearance, whereas Skipp, I think, you know that he works hard, you know that he cares for the club, that type of thing. But I think he once again was sadly a bit exposed for his lack of technical skill, really, especially playing in a position that really isn't all that comfortable to him. But I'm not going to be too harsh on the guy. But strangely enough, he is playing left-sided center back once again, and no Ashley Phillips there. A bit odd. Donley, though, he's keeping his spot at left back, and a bit similar to Archie Gray for me, Dave. He kind of showed that while it's not technically his preferred position or really his best position at all, he's so intelligent of a footballer. He's so good on the ball. He knows how to make the right decisions, and he's just so positionally aware that he doesn't stick out too much while playing in a completely different position to what he normally would be playing in. I mean, this guy is practically a number 10 playing as a left back, like a left winger striker type role playing as a left back. I mean, it's pretty incredible for a kid also of this age to be doing what he did. And I know it's only Hearts, but I'd still say you got to tip your cap to him. Pop Matasar, Daddy Sar Longlegs is back into the team. He's into the midfield. Yves Basuma is playing alongside him with Bergvall in the team as well, instead of, it looks like, Kulusevski and Madison. So Sar and Bergvall have stepped into the team ahead of those two. Sar, we probably felt like we needed to get some minutes into his legs. He is going to be a key player for us this season, so that makes a lot of sense. But with Bergvall playing ahead of either Madison or Kulusevski, your pick there, it is an interesting call from Ange Postecoglou. Is there something to read into that? Let me know in the chat. Dave and I, before we went live, we wanted to read something into it, but let us know if we're going a little too far and it's just, classic rotation from a manager. We have Brennan Johnson keeping his spot at right wing. He has that knack of kind of underwhelming Dave and I, but he'll always shut us up with a goal or an assist at some point. So we'll probably look forward to that at one stage, trying to once again deal with the conundrum that is Brennan Johnson. We have Sonny, captain of the team, leading the front line down the middle once again. thought he actually played okay in sort of the build-up play, but didn't really have that finishing touch, in my opinion, in that last game. But we know Sonny normally is the best finisher in the team, so let's hope he buries those this time around. Timo Weenie, also kind of like Brendan Johnson, a bit of a chaos merchant. He ended up causing some problems to the Hearts team, but then he also has some very funny moments as a player where you do sort of scratch your head and wonder, what he is really doing out there. But Timo Weenie, he can cause problems. He can cause some issues to the opposition. Just quickly going through the bench here, Alfie Whiteman, Luca Gunter, the two goalkeepers on the bench there. We have Jed Spence and Emerson Royale as our backup fullbacks by the looks of things. You have Ashley Phillips, who could come in at center back. George Abbott, Dave, he could come in, right? Playing as pretty much a variety of roles, anywhere from midfield. He can maybe even pop in a fullback role. He is a talented boy and also supposed to be a very good leader, I think, in that dressing room for the under-21s. And I think it's Max Robson, who had a fine display at left back last time. Tyrese Hall, my favorite, my guilty pleasure. Hopefully he gets to come into the team playing in that midfield. Kulusevski is in there as well with Alfie Devine, who I actually thought had a very good cameo in that last game. So I hope to see him get some minutes again. James Madison's in there. Mikey Moore, who, what else can you say about this kid? He's just absolute top talent and really did shine and scored his first goal in a Spurs shirt. And even though it was only a friendly, he did say it was practically his favorite moment so far in what should be a very illustrious career for Mikey Moore. So let's hope that we get to see more of that. We have Lancashire as well, Dave. He just looked like a younger, maybe more handsome, maybe just stronger Harry Kane in the last game. He had a great finish and just started to look like the old age with that finish. So let's hope that we get to see something similar to that again here in that last match. Solomon's on the bench. Thought he played okay, but interesting that he's been dropped there. And then we have Alejo, Valise, and Scarlett. We have three strikers that we could throw on at any stage with Lancashire, Valise, Scarlett. Very, very interesting. Valise, the forgotten man, says Mark. Yeah, so many strikers that we're even forgetting that Richarlison at one stage should be coming in to probably get some minutes. Maybe more likely we'll see him in Japan and Korea. But Dave, I think I've given my thoughts on some of the lineups there as I was reading some of the names. Anything that you would like to point out?
Yeah, there's a few things. I think Brandon Austin deserves his opportunity again. He was absolutely incredible. That was an incredible save against Hearts. It doesn't matter. You can't say that's only Hearts. That's from 3 or 4 yards out. He pulled off some good saves, and it's clear that he's ahead in the pecking order than Alfie Whiteman. So fair play to him. He's earned it. Many people maybe saying they wanted to see Jed Spence. I can understand why he's starting with Porro. He's 100% going to be here. They're going to use that, 45 minutes to get legs into him, get some minutes into him, and then you'll see Jed Spence in the second half. And it's understandable. Jed Spence is trying to prove his worth, so he's going to have to sit there and just wait and take any opportunity that comes available. Don't understand the skip conundrum for me. I just don't understand why you wouldn't want to look at Phillips in this first team environment, considering if we are keeping him around, we don't buy a fourth choice centre back. We're going to have to keep one of them around. Why not have a look at him in the first team environment ahead of Ollie Skip? It's clear that Ollie Skip was sort of put on the transfer list earlier on in the summer, and he was useless the other day against Hearts. We sit here and say it's only Hearts. He was useless, So for me, I don't quite understand it. Donny at left back again because he's left-footed and it suits him because he can get up into the final third with the way Ange likes his full-back to play. But like you said, Jack, I think a lot of praise has gone Gray and Bergval's way, which I fully understand. But Donny has gone completely under the radar. He's played left back the last 2 games, and he's been absolutely outstanding, which shows not only does the kid have the technical ability and the je ne sais quoi in the final third, which he demonstrated when he was in the forward areas, but also the football IQ to be able to play in multiple positions. And I've always made this argument when people have said how good Dyer, Sanchez, and people like that are. A good player can play in multiple positions and get away with it and be competent. Donny goes into that category. The midfield I find very interesting, Jack. It looks like to me over the 2 games, I'm just searching for that right midfield sort of combination, sort of heading into the season. He's tried Basuma. Basuma restarts again today. Fair enough. I can understand that. My only argument would be with Basuma is he going to be any better in protecting that back line than what he was last season? No. So is there anything that Ange Postecoglou can give him tactical-wise, that will help him maybe improve in that position? But taking out Kulusevski and Madison today, bringing back in Papamatasar and Bergvall, I find very, very interesting. I actually thought Kulusevski had a really good game the other day as one of the 2 number 10s. You know, he was involved in a lot of the build-up play, the one-touch stuff. I thought he had a very good game. And if others took their opportunities, would have had a couple of assists on the night. Madison, okay, good assist for Brennan Johnson, but apart from that, didn't really do an awful lot for me. And I think this is a huge opportunity, especially for Lucas Bergvall today. I think Ange Postecoglou wants to see him in that first-team environment, see how he feeds the likes of Son, Johnson, Werner. So I think this is actually a very huge opportunity that's come very early for Lucas Bergvall, and hopefully he takes it and shines. Maybe he's looking at potentially dropping Madison, because I made the argument in one of my videos. He's losing faith in Madison. He subbed him off an awful lot, all of the way across last season's campaign. He dropped them towards the end of it. Okay. You know, for me, I think there's an opportunity for Bergvall. And then the last thing, I think it's absolutely clear that Werner and Johnson are his preferred wingers on the right and left. You know, he's going to stick with them, being. It seems like. Yeah, so for me, hopefully they can do something a lot more to maybe ease fans' concerns around them. Let's wait and see. Although Johnson and Werner do step up with the odd goal and assist, it feels like it almost gets them off the hook for a lot of the other dross that we see over the course of the minutes that they play. And I just want to see a bit more consistency. I know it may sound like I'm picking on them, but I'm being honest here, guys and girls. Later on in the season, in the big games we've seen last season, they were found wanting. Yeah. And it ended up, you know, we couldn't really get our season back on track when we had the big games towards the end of the season. And in the big games, you know, you have to be on it every time the ball comes your way. And that starts by doing it repetitively over the course of the season before them big games arrive. So they need to start showing more in that department.
Well, absolute excellent analysis from yourself there, Dave, and I look forward to another conundrum that either Brendan Johnson or Timo Weenie will give us, and we will find ourselves scrambling, you know, trying to make sense of it all like we usually do with those two. But everybody, if you can for us, please smash that like button. Do get in those comments as well. Feel free as well, if you do respect the graft, like Dave excellently put in the chat there, and you want to become a member, it really would help us out. Also, quick reminder to all of you fan show as well as elite members, after this game, if you have the time and if you also have the want and the urge, send in your fan cams to our email at theirishyid@gmail.com. It should be in the community section for all of you guys, and there should be a notification already there for you with instructions as well as also inspiration. If you ever get stuck on anything, there are some questions that you could work off if you would like to send those in, because that is something that we will be doing this upcoming season so that you guys can get in your thoughts straight away to our lovely little Spurs community in this little neck of the woods that we have over here, the Irish Hotspur. But let's get into the chat quickly, see what people have to say, greet some people, and we have a game that we're going to get started with in about 10 minutes or so. Get started off first with Spurs fan John and Paul Connor. I apologize, guys, that we're not going to be playing Sevilla, probably a more glamorous club, you might say, than QPR. I also have a bit of a soft spot for Sevilla. It looks like it's a lovely place to go on holidays. Not a bad club either, right? Historic in the Europa League and whatnot. So I wouldn't mind actually playing a Sevilla maybe instead of a QPR, but you can't pick them all. You can't choose them all. But I apologize, guys, about the little typo there. Paul Connor, though, good to see you. And first, John, definitely good to see you. The Alaskan Hotspur, though, Dave, he's in here and he said, excited for my first watch along of the season. Big up, Jack and Dave. Perfect weather over here in Alaska, mid-60s. Now, Dave, I believe that would be just around in the summertime. You know, the summertime, it has to get a little warm. That is probably your perfect ideal kind of summer temperature, where it's not too hot, definitely not too cold either. The mid-60s for me is too cold, but I think for you, that's around the perfect little weather. So I think one day we will be seeing Dave. We'll be seeing Dave retire to the lovely mountains and to the lovely bare woods of Alaska. Good to see you, the Alaskan Hotspur, though, and I bet it is gorgeous up there. I actually just did some fishing recently with a friend, and the whole time I was thinking about how good the fishing is up in Alaska. So let me know if you are an angler. We have Mark in here, member of the Mark Army. We also have Ribsy85 saying, I like the new background, lads. Looking sharp. Madison stole your beard, Davo, and his hair. Looks like a flat cap naturally. I mean, Madison's hairline is quickly making a retreat, Ribsy85, and he has to do something about it. And also, I don't really think the barber, kind of like with Harry Kane, didn't really do him much justice. You know, when the hairline starts to retreat a little bit, that's when the barber needs to step up and needs to show their best skills. And I just don't really think that Harry Kane nor James Madison's barber has really been doing that for them. Good to see you, though, Simon Cohen. Good to see Lee the Yid as well. We have MV Joker Davis, the one and only Edward. Edward, I feel like you're a guy that would like to send in his thoughts after the game. Feel free to do that, friend, and we would love to see you give in your thoughts to us, and we could put them up on the channel. Good to see you, though, sir. We have Dave H, 1960. Good to see you, Dave H. We have Lee Harvey, another member. Really appreciate your support as a member, Lee Harvey. And Sean Maddox, welcome back, Jacko. Jacko Backo, back on the watch-along, says Shawnee. Good to see you, Sean, and really appreciate your support. You're another guy that I'd love to see. Send in your thoughts after the game if you have the time for it. And the generosity, Shawnee Maddox, good to see you, sir. Nick Carey's in here, too. Good to see you, Nick. And he says, afternoon, Dave and Jack and everyone in the chat. Let's do this. Come on, you Spurs. Got a feeling Bergvall is going to thrive in this forward line. And he's already been given a huge chance here, Nick Carey. Can he take advantage of it? We have Alberto in here, too. Good to see you. Really appreciate you, Alberto. Thank you for the welcome back. And we have Ribsy85 here, Dave. And let's just take a moment for this. I'm not even sure if I could count this high of a number. We have 35 months of loyal support here from Ribsy85 as a fan show member. And he says, here we go again, lads, 35 months. Was like the olden days seeing Matty on the pre-match build-up earlier. Whatever happened to that cranky bloke from Brazil? Come on, you Spurs. Marcelo, yeah, one day Marcelo should make a return, I think. But I think it's just kind of disappeared to a degree, Ribsy85. And one day we'd love to bring him back. But hopefully you can handle this cranky bloke from Seattle, maybe Ribsy, for the time being and for the next 35 months. And for the next 35 months from Ireland as well, Ribsy. But really appreciate your support, man. Like Chris, like so many others, like Lazy 8. I mean, too many people, and I'm gonna disrespect somebody by leaving a name out here, but there are so many people that I like to call the Mount Rushmore of this channel, and you certainly are one of them, Ribsy. And 35, I'm not even sure if I can count that high of a number, so really appreciate you, my friend. And hopefully we get to see you one day for a game in person, for a Spurs game, if you ever are able to make that ridiculous trip up from Australia. I know it's a lot harder for you to make it than even for me all the way across the world. For you, it would be even harder, but would love to be able to meet you one day in person. And Ribsy, I think you were asking in the group chat as well about sending in your thoughts after the game. Would love to see if you could do that as well, if you have the time and if you had the generosity. Really do appreciate you, Ribsy, and thank you for your loyal support. Shem Tan is in here as well. He's saying the only JD I like watching is a Spurs game. Big up to you, Shemmy Tan. Really appreciate you, sir. DYT2 saying, where is Richie? Well, he's on my door right now. He's actually just behind me. I have the Rich Arlison kit just behind me there, DY, but sadly he's not in the lineup. And there's some other players like Fraser Forster that I'm a bit confused by not really being in the lineup either. I have some question marks over that. Emerson, he's in there. There's some players like who else? Players. There's another player that might be out the door soon. Maybe like a Valise, Scarlett. These guys. It's a bit odd, you know, some of the guys that are playing these sort of games, whereas we're getting players like Richie, Forster that haven't been played yet. A bit interesting, if you ask me. The one and only Iceman. Good to see you, Iceman. The dynamic duo are back for another watch along. Come on, you Spurs. I'm going for a 4-0 with a sunny brace. Bergvall and Werner. Would love to see Bergvall score, and I also have the sunny kit just over my shoulder there, and it may be at a moment in time when I get up for a glass of water or another coffee this morning, Iceman. I'm actually wearing a very, very generously gifted kit from the one and only Nick, Lazy801, and it has a sunny, it's a sun kit, but it also has Sunny's picture and everything, like sort of framed into the name, framed into the number. It's a classy gift from the one and only Nick. So I'll show that off to you in just a second. But we do have Jim, just a guy who loves Spurs. He sent in some support. Really do appreciate you, Jim. And at any point during this watch along, if you'd like to do what Jim has done and send in your thoughts and interrupt anything that's going on during the game, or feel like, you know, there's something that you spotted that you like Dave and I to give our thoughts on, or if you feel like you disagree with us at any point, feel free to do what Jim has done here. And he says, hi, gents, let's get another good game from the youngsters and a good win. The future is looking bright under Ange. We have a lot to look forward to. Tottenham till I die. I know that Dermatron usually has sort of wordings like this, but I feel like Jim is taking a bit of Dermatron's thunder here. It's excellently worded. It's excellent happy clapping from here, Jim. And I love this guy. He's a Spurs fan just like me. He just gets pumped no matter what. It could be, you know, signs of danger, signs of, you know, torment in front of him, but he will still put on a happy face because he just loves watching these boys play in lily white.
Do you know what it is as well? He's just generally a nice bloke as well. You know, I feel like you could chat to him about anything. So he's a top man. But you know what, Jim? I'm absolutely pumped. I can't wait to see what today has in store. It seems to be allowed to be excited. You're not allowed to even have a smile on your face. And, I'm going to book that trend. For me, game day, it's all about, trying to enjoy yourself as much as you can. There's a lot of horrible things going on in the world, and I'm going to try and take what little joy in a big, bad world that we live in that I can. And part of a fan is all about hoping, dreaming, believing, and being brutally honest. You have your side. It's about being biased sometimes. I know sometimes there's over-biasry and stuff like that, but I'm going to enjoy today, Jim. I can't wait to see what I Bergvall starting, Sarr back in there. How are they going to combine? That's going to be exciting to watch. Archie Gray, can he put in the same level of performance against maybe a better opposition? Let's wait and see. I can't wait to see Mikey Moore off the bench. One thing I think that he's got over someone like Johnson is the ability to take players on and still provide the finish or the cross. Johnson mainly has to be played in rather than being able to take players out of the game and take them on. So I'm absolutely excited to get this game going. I want to say, Wednesday it was good to be back, but today it feels like we're truly back with Jacko back in the house, guys. We've created one big, great watch-along family, all last season, and hopefully we can continue and grow it this season with all of your guys' support. Let's go. Preseason officially starts today. I'm pumped.
Big up, Jim. Got Dave pumped up for this game. Absolutely good work there, sir. Spurs diehards, Tottenham till I die. Good to see you, Adrian Troca, in the chat. Really appreciate your support as well as a member. And we also have the legendary Daniel Larson in here. Good to see you, Daniel. Big up. Back from holiday. Feeling great, lads. Plus, my birthday is today, so let's see Spurs play some great football. Big up to you, Daddy Larson. Happy birthday to you, sir. Yeah. I actually, now that I think of it, I saw Højbjerg as well and recently on Instagram, and it did actually give me a brief kind of thought of yourself there, Daniel, and now to know that it's even your birthday as well, maybe that was all for good reason. So hopefully you're enjoying it. Hopefully you got the beers, set as well. Seems like you're kind of, I don't know, I feel like I think Daniel's a beer drinker, but sometimes I think he's a bit classier. I've seen him with the wine, I've seen him with other things before, so I hope you are enjoying yourself, Daniel, and being the chef that you are, hopefully you have a good food lineup for today as well. Dave probably will be need to know about that later.
So far days forward though, right? About eating. Enjoy it, lad.
Dark Sun G saying, really looking forward to seeing Sarr, Bergvall play together today. I think we all are, Dark Sun G, and it's really good to see you back, sir. Really appreciate your support for myself as well as for Dave.
He's delighted.
And it's another watch along. It's another year, man. It's my first watch along of the campaign. I'm looking forward to this. We're only a few minutes away here, Dark Sun G. And in true fashion, I've probably stalled a bit too long until I've gotten to you here. And we're about to get things kicked off. But I just want to say, man, really have appreciated all the years of support that you've given us, as well as just the roller coasters that you've gone through with us, my man. Absolutely love it. And Bergvall, huge chance for him today, my man. And we get to see the Sarr boy, the star boy, play alongside him. He'll guide our man, Lucas Bergvall. He'll show him the ropes. He'll show him how it's done, because that guy, Pop Matasar, has stepped up when the pressure was on. When he was in an AC Milan game, in a Champions League game, that guy stepped up and showed that the youngsters can do it. Bergvall, I expect, will do the same. Dark Sun G saying, Jack, how great does it feel to see youths like Gray and Bergvall instead of seeing the dross of the past like Winks, Lo Celso, Tanguy, Sanchez, Dyer, Sassignon during preseason? Very good point, Dark Sun G. As much as I love preseason games, you think about the past, right? There were times when we were only getting really excited by like one or two players being featured in the lineup. I think it was like guys like Dane Scarlett, right, would be given like a minute or two, and we'd get really excited about that. But pretty much the rest of the team, there really wasn't all that much to really get stoked about or really get that excited about. And now we really can, and I'm looking forward to it, Dark Sun G. I'm looking at the players here. They're lining up. They're shaking hands with the QPR, and we have such a brilliant team now. We've had such great work done by Paratici to clear out guys like that, and now to bring in fresh blood, bring in new, young, exciting talents, guys that can get us excited about our club again, Dark Sun G. And I must say, it does feel very good. It feels more than good, Dark Sun G, to see these guys in the lineup. I'm absolutely buzzing for it. And hopefully you can appreciate too, Dark Sun G. I am trying to make improvements on the background. I got the Sunny kit on, got a Sunny kit behind me, and the Richarlison kit behind me, which I know you would be a fan of, those two right next to each other. And hopefully we get to see them at some point play together in this preseason. Shawnee Maddox, member for 10 months. You absolute legend, Shawnee. Yes, Dave?
Just quickly, Jack, I'm going to save you a favour and we'll just deal with the chats then. Just big up Akshags, big up George Caradas, Red Fire, Rayman, Art, Ilmatic, great to see all you guys, Lee Harvey, Thomas. It's great to see all you guys, Coys. Great to see everybody. Really appreciate all you being with us. Faz Radfar as well.
Legend.
Coventry Jeff, Adrian Brown, PH family, Charles. Great to see all of you guys with us. King Huddle, Drew Zilla, of course. Big up, Drew. Great to see you as well. Big up, guys. Thank you very much to everybody joining us. We're going to crack on with the chats and the watch along now. We just wanted to try and get through the chat as quick as we can so we can all sit here and have a good come by all session.
In true fashion, my first watch along, like I said, a little too much talking, not enough getting to you guys quickly enough. Big up to Shawnee Maddox, legend for 10 months, fan show member, loving the kids, predicting a 4-1 today. Let's get Bergvall and Donnelly goals. Real question is, which forward on the bench will impress? Very good question there, Shawnee Maddox, and really have appreciated your dedication to this community. You've been a bright spark, and you've been with us for a while now. I know a lot longer than 10 months, but you have been a wonderful addition to our little neck of the woods here on this Spurs channel, my man, and I really have appreciated you. And I'm looking forward to seeing Lancashire sign again, my man. Scarlett, Valise, I think Scarlett more, like I'm a bit worried about, like can he ever really get that chance? Can he ever really break into the team? I'm not so sure. I know Lazy 8, Nick, is probably not too happy me talking about that because he thinks that Scarlett maybe deserves a bit more of an opportunity. And then Valise, I think he'll probably be shipped out on loan once again to try to develop, but I think it's going to be Lancashire that's going to be given more the chance here, and he could probably take advantage of the minutes, and we'll see if he can score another Harry Kane-esque goal. We're about to get kicked off here, though, everybody. I understand that there could be a slight delay, but if you would like to sync up with us, you're very welcome to do so, and we have gotten kicked off here. We're getting to see the Mighty Boys in the away kit this time, which some people seem to be changing their mind about in the chat when it comes to it. They seem to be liking it now.
Do you know what? As a full kit, it's actually all right. A jersey as a standalone, like I said, it looks like a carpet or a wallpaper out of a seedy gentleman's club. But as a kit, it actually looks good. And that's great link-up play between Bergvall and Sarr already. Tottenham on the attack. Just give me a minute, Shawnee Maddox, I'll get back to your question, sir. I'll get back to it now. Look, for me, obviously, I want to see Will Lancashire. You know how much I've been behind the kid. I agree with Jack in terms of Dane Scarlett. He's had a few opportunities there already in the last pre-season, game to score, and he didn't take them. Papa Matt Sarr walking his way through here, though. Gets the shot. It's blocked. And it's good defending by QPR. That's great play by Tottenham, great intricate play. But I'm going to book the trend. I actually think Valise had a great sort of initial few minutes. He was unlucky not to score. He was sort of bundled down in the box. And for me, I'm excited to see what he can bring as well, given the opportunity today. I wouldn't write him off yet either.
Just a moment here, though. QPR, they've actually broken out from the back from a long ball by the keeper. They've sent it out wide into the penalty area. It's clipped to the back post, and it's claimed by Brandon Austin. Well done by Austin. And it's already kicked off an electric pace in true Spurs style. Yeah. Bergvall going up the pitch here. We'll get to you in just a second again, Shawnee Maddox. Really appreciate your support today, sir. But we're going down the line again to Bergvall. He's down on our left side.
Very brightly. He's setting the tempo, Bergvall.
And Timo Weenie can't get it out from under his feet, and he dribbles it out of bounds in true Timo fashion. Shawnee Maddox says, of course we are happy clapping, lads. The quad is on. You're absolutely right, Sean. I don't know why we wouldn't be happy clapping. The game, the season, nothing has even gotten kicked off yet. There's no reason to be doom and gloom. There's only reasons to be happy clapping. Big up to you, Shawnee, and really appreciate your support, as well as also your constant sense of humor. And Dropkick Your Teacher, artist, is in here. Big up to you, sir. He's saying, sadly, I see us keeping these same players. Sadly, I see us keeping these same players.
Read the two of them back to back.
Yeah, I heard you, Dave. Yeah, sadly, I see us keeping these same players that we need to leave. I don't see many outgoings happening. Their value went down due to poor recent performances. For example, unless something pops up, it looks like Skip, Davies, Emerson, Højbjerg will all stay. Links are now cold. Only outgoing is Lo Celso via a player swap. Dave, are you worried about outgoings not happening?
I'm extremely worried about outgoings. It's something that I've been consistent with, Jack. I said, although we're not buying players, why can't we ship players off the books? With the Euros and Copa sort of being on, players that weren't at them competitions, we could have done a lot more to try and get them off the books. And it's one of my big concerns, Artis, because me and Sam were having a conversation there last week, and the wage budget absolutely dictates what Tottenham are going to do in terms of incomes and outgoings. For instance, right, we've got about 10, 12 midfielders on the books. You're telling me, I agree with you, the club ain't going to bring in another midfielder until one or two are off the books, because they're not going to pay 13 players' wages for 3 positions, are they? So the wage, and it's the way the owners operate, whether I don't like it personally. I think sometimes they need to do more to get players off the books and get players in here to really help. push this project forward. And hopefully, if we have another big win today, they might latch onto it, the feel-good factor, and say, "Go, hang on, there is something here. Let's be a bit more gung-ho." In terms of Davies, I think Artis, I'm just going to put it out there, I think we're going to have to see him be kept around. He's son's best friend, so he ain't going anywhere, first of all. He's club captain's best friend. But he's a very, 1 second. Papa Matsar gets it across. Oh, Werner, what are you doing? Why did you stop? Is that Werner? Yeah, I think it was Werner. But the artist, with Ben Davies, right, he's a nice guy. Nothing wrong with him personally in that regard. Does a lot of work off the pitch for the club, but also does a lot of work on the social media that the club put out. And players don't want to do that nowadays. So he's a player's dream and he's a club dream with the amount of charity work and off the field relations he does for Tottenham Hotspur. So he will be kept around. However, with Emerson, I think Spurs are just playing hardball, waiting for the right fee off Milan. And Højbjerg has already made the decision he wants to leave. So that'll happen. It's just not happening as quick as we want it. Bergvall, good ball in. Great ball in, actually. Back to Bergvall.
He strikes it.
Him and Sarr looking fresh already.
Basuma, that's a great win. That's a great win high up the pitch. It's into Sonny, Timo Weenie, into the box back to Sonny. Oh, what a move. Cuts inside. Can he square it now? Oh, I'm not sure what he's gone for there, Sonny. He's maybe gone for
I think he's tried to roof it, hasn't he? Hit the roof of the net.
Yeah, he could have maybe gone for. He could have tried to square it. I think
he should have crossed it.
He could have probably caused some danger by squaring it. Maybe even an own goals could have happened. The big scorer from the Euros, Owen goals. But Artist, I see what you mean, man. That the links have gone cold, but a couple of those players, I will put my neck out on the line and will say that they will leave. I know Emerson will likely leave at the end of this window. I think Højbjerg will likely leave at the end of this window, and we will get some money from that. And then also with that, then positions will be opened up, and Spurs can then look to try to fill in those positions. But I understand your frustration because this is in a way something that's happened a long time for Spurs, where we haggle a bit too much over guys that we already know we don't have any plans for. We already know that we don't have any real future with, and it's just for some reason, Daniel Levy, as well as also the board that's in charge of the transfers, just seem to have that sort of too much patience, is how I guess you call it, right? Just they're too reluctant to just take a cheaper deal or something like that just to get it over with. They're not really that sort of club. That even just what I said, get it over with, is not really something that Spurs really ever do when it comes to transfers. It's we always do it very frustratingly slow, patient, all that type of stuff that can frustrate fans, and I totally see where you're coming from.
And that's the thing, like, we absolutely share the sentiment, that it's a huge concern, it's a huge worry, even in terms of incomings, right? To be able to improve on what we've got and really give ourselves a chance. Andrew said himself he wants to win, at least compete for trophies, and we do need a couple of signings to be able to make that happen. I guess the frustrating thing is it just hasn't happened as quick as maybe we initially thought it would, and it does leave you feeling, are we going to make another mistake here? But look, there's still plenty of time left in the window. Let's wait and see. Ideally, we need them in before pre-season tour, but they're jetting out, I think, tonight or tomorrow. So that ain't going to happen. So, look, let's wait and see, RST. It could very well be a case, you're right, come the end of the window. But I'm not going to push the panic button just yet. But believe me, I'm very close, slapping my hand on it.
Big up to Artists, though, and really have appreciated your support for us as well over last season and plenty of other seasons as well. But good to see as well some other just members quickly, and then we'll get straight into the analysis. Stevie Frazier, Adrian Brown, and NJ123, Absolute Bore, Lisa O, and thank you to Shawnee Maddox. Thank you to Dark Sun G. Thank you to Artists. Thank you as well to Ribsy85 for supporting the channel. Jim as well. Really do appreciate you guys. But let's get kicked off here.
I have to say, I like Bergvall and Basuma and Sarr. They've all been sharp so far. This is a great run. They've all been very sharp, and especially on the press out of possession as well. I like that combination. It's got off to an electric start here, Jack.
Well, there's Ange, tracksuit manager.
It's not exactly the best fit on him. That's like me wearing, something like that. It just doesn't look right. Go back to the long coat or the big jackets for me.
He's got to make it a bit baggier in the pants, I think, as well. He's got to leave a bit of room there, if you ask me.
But this is my problem. This is why I can't buy Nike stuff, because it makes me look like that. You know what I mean? That's why I hate it.
What is Nike with all this subtle messaging, for everybody?
Yeah,
they're not making it accommodating.
Instead of just do it, they may as well just write as the motto, lose weight. You can wear our clothes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So QPR, though, breaking out once again here, but Skip does very well to recover. Well done by the Skipster. Brandon Austin, though, receiving it under pressure. Can we get out? Well done by skipping Austin.
Good. We're balling. We're balling, baby.
Oh, Donnelly gives it away. It's a dangerous pass from Donnelly. Oh, well done
great
by
defending.
Poro. Well done by
Fucking
Poro.
Great defending.
Poor
brilliant.
giveaway.
Come on, Lucas. Come on, Bergval, a.k.a. Pirlo, been brilliant.
Bergval into Sonny. Basuma. Spurs, they have that tempo about them once again here that they look to try to move it quickly. No one's trying to dawdle on the ball too much.
They're just enjoying themselves, the weather, nice day out there. They're just purring in the sun. And Skip's making it very difficult for us to do so right there. He wins the free kick very well.
I think actually
got himself in trouble.
I think Skip did well there, though. I'm not sure if that was the best option to play it to him. He's already kind of marked there, and he did well to get out of pressure and earn the foul there. Bergval, we have a lovely, strange camera angle from Spurs play here, but Bergval. Oh, lovely feet into midfield. Sonny, good turn by Sonny as well.
Oh, good ball to Johnson.
Nearly there to Timo.
Do you know what I love about that, Jack? The fact that the senior players are they're so comfortable to give Bergval the ball. Sometimes you see them neglect not to do it and try and do it on their own. They're very comfortable to give him the ball. They're well aware of the quality this guy's showing behind the scenes, well aware. Because they're no problem just laying off in the tight, intricate spaces. It shows me they trust him.
It was really good link-up play from Bergval and Sonny there because Sonny dropped deep, received it on the half turn, then found Pedro Porro for the overlap, and it was a good cross from Pedro Porro, just nearly there for Timo. Timo, though, again, he's cutting inside here. He's creating space. Good pass out wide to Pedro. Oh, Brennan Johnson.
He's got Bergval on the outside.
Oh,
you tit.
Well, here's the thing.
Who is that?
Hey. Before we get on Johnson's back here, he loves to do this in the first 10 minutes of every game. That's probably the way he warms into a game, I've noticed. I haven't watched a Brennan Johnson game where he hasn't played a pass like that out of bounds and out of play. So
he done it the last game.
He's done it every game I've watched him where he's played a pass like that, where he's just reacting to the overlap way too late. So in a way, Brennan Johnson's back to normal business. Basuma.
Good to see you, Loves Music. Good to see you, Mary W. Good to see you, K32 as well. Great to have you all in the house. Oh, I just don't understand how he's overhitting that pass. It's just a little roll, let Bergval touch across. One thing Brendan Johnson was right there is he berating Werner. You could see him shouting across at him to get in front of his man when that ball's coming across, which he's correct. He actually put in a good ball there a minute ago, and Werner could do more to get across his man, so he's correct in that regard. It's just too much breaks down at his feet at times. If you could just bring more consistency, great.
Good to see you too, Jay. He's saying, hey, guys, is Vicario injured or just getting rested? I think he's still being rested and also being given time after the Euros, too, Jay. And your favorite, Kulusevski, has been dropped to the bench, so hold back the tears, too, Jay, if you can.
Hey, too, Jay, you had a good game the other day, though, lad. You got to be fair with it. Lovely few flicks. But I do understand what you're saying. He needs to bring a lot more end product. But, he started well the other day.
He's holding back the tears, seeing Kulusevski on the bench right now.
Although Kulusevski's been linked with Napoli, too, Jay, I'd say you're absolutely buzzing when you've seen that.
Back to, where Conte is as well. Also his favorite, Antonio Conte. Two of his favorites.
Tuja's seen the link. He started blessing himself, praying to the Lord, please.
Yeah, well signed. Good to see you, Darius. Really appreciate your support as well, Darius, as a member. Good to see you, Leslie Crawford, Steve T, member of the Steve Army. Good pressure by Sonny.
Ooh. That's it, Johnson. Let's go now, kid. Well done.
QPR trying to build out from Spurs pressure, but Archie Gray with a foul clears out the player.
He gave him a 50 Shades of Grey right there.
50 Shades of Archie. I'm just going to grab another coffee, Dave.
No problem. Work away, Jack. Big up, 2J. Great to see you, though. But guys, we're looking good at this moment in time. It's only a matter of time before we put one in the back of the net. We're looking a lot sharper maybe than what we did in the first half against Hearts. That's for sure. It does look like that Bergval and the likes of Sarah maybe set the tone. Here we go again. Tottenham on the break. That's an absolute assassination right there, referee. Fuck me. Can we have that free kick, please? He's absolutely destroyed Werner there. Went down quicker than the Berlin Wall there. It's a joke. Bergval on the ball. Onto Papi. That's a great turn. A Johan Cruyff there. Onto Biss. Bissy, good ball to Bergval. Bergval to Archie. Archie out to Skip. Ollie Skip takes a touch, turns forward, good ball out to Werner. It's a great ball around the corner, maybe just overhit. Donnelly couldn't get on the end of it, and Hearts are going to look to play it out. Going short here, Tottenham trying to get the pressure on Papa Massar. That's brilliant pressure from the cage. But it's a great outball by QPR. They're little tricky wingers on the goal here. Squares up, cuts inside. That's bloody brilliant defending from Pedro Porro. Back to Gray, back to Porro. This is good play. Can he win that goal kick? Archie Gray wins the header. He's bloody phenomenal. He's the new Roy Keane. QPR go for an angled ball in behind Donnelly's head, and it's gone out for a Tottenham goal kick. No, it hasn't. It was deflected. It's gone out for a QPR corner. But guys in the chat, please let me know what you think of the start to the game. Please give me your score predictions, and please get in any questions that you want myself and Jack. More, not even question, but talking points. Guns will return. Vic, Adoji, Romero, Mickey, Dragu, Bentico, Richie. Let's wait and see about Richie. You know, for me, I think it's concerning. I would prefer the guy be out there now trying to prove a point to Spurs fans. You know, and it's the same old thing with him. He's always injured, but it's QPR corner. It looks like Bjorn Bloody Becker taking that fucking corner kick there with the headband. It's a
looks
good
like your
clearance.
favorite Jack Hendry taking it. Cleared away by Skip. Well done. Also, anybody, if any point you see any, if Dave or I are too quiet, too loud, or any issues that, see being dangerous ball in, missed by the Afro man of QPR. But anybody in the chat, let us know if anybody's too loud, too quiet, that sort of thing, or any problems that you may see come arise. Feel free to let us know in the chat, and we can try to take care of it. But so far, I haven't seen any problems or anything arise from any of you guys, so things seem to be running smoothly.
Jack's put the jinkers on it now, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Although it's a far cry from last week, right? 14 minutes in last week, I was in meltdown. I was about to cancel everything and go on the couch and cry. Far cry from last week. We're already improving.
Jamie Donnelly in a strange position, but he does well here. Johnson, nice, well done. Johnson. Square him, man.
You got Werner. Oh, holy Lord Jesus Christ. What was that? He actually needs to go to confession. I mean, Jack, I'll be back in a minute. I'm going to hang out my window. That's about to pass by. I'll catch it. Fuck me.
Well, we know that the chicken crossed the road, but Brendan Johnson certainly didn't.
What was that?
I mean, I will say this again. Has Brendan Johnson done anything that I didn't see him do last season? No, so I'm not going to get that incensed by it so far. I
am, though, because I like the thing is he's going to play next season. He's going to play in big games, and that shit is going to keep happening. So that's why I find it hard not to get angry, Jack.
Oh yeah, what shirt am I rocking today? Oh, just a second. I think just going to refresh the Spurs play stream here. Just froze on me for a quick second there.
No, I think it's Spurs play itself.
Yeah, it looks to be Spurs play itself.
Well done, Spurs play. Tremendous service for the, 45 quid that we pay for it? Thank you very, very much. Tremendous.
Yeah, is anyone else's Spurs play just frozen here for a second?
It's ridiculous. Anyone else's Spurs play froze? Let us know in the chat, guys.
Yeah, we are currently experiencing technical difficulties so it's not us experiencing technical difficulties, it's actually Spurs play. So your 45 quid a month will go towards whichever IT person is currently on the case here. I also love the font that they've chosen for this as well for experiencing currently technical difficulties. It's the same font that Dave and I would use in like a quick moment, of freaking out. Yeah, frozen for everybody as well. Might as well take this moment here to show off a lovely present from Nick here, Dave. And I'll have to take off the headphone in order to do it, so I won't be able to hear what you're saying. But here it is, everybody. It's a lovely Sunny kit that he's given me. Under Armour, as you can tell. One of the older, better than Nike, if you ask me. It's got the sun picture in the background sort of framed into it and everything. Just various pictures of Sunny. It's absolute top-class work from Nick, and it's honestly one of the best gifts I ever received. He also, Dave, as well, gave me a Real Madrid Gareth Bale kit, too, which I've been rocking plenty around these Seattle streets. What's a little disappointing about Seattle versus New York sometimes is that I think Seattle people are a bit too polite, where they don't really, try to, kind of bother you or anything. You'll get stares and stuff like that, but no one ever really goes out of their way to say anything, and I wish they did. Whereas in New York, you pretty much straight away could get asked, what that kid is about and everything like that. So I'm a little disappointed that nobody's kind of called me out on these wonderful kits that I've been rocking recently. But Yeah, Spurs play, everybody. Currently down. So Dave and I, sadly, we can't be watching Spurs. We might have to go back to what we've been doing on TIFO, which is, maybe trivia, food-related stuff. Or we'll
So
just talk
embarrassing.
about maybe the kits, Dave. I mean, the kits look nice, actually. I think, what is it called? The Ocean Liner kit, the Ocean Liner carpet kit, says Ribsy85 when he came on the fan show recently. He thinks it looks like a carpet, the kit. But I actually think it's actually quite good. I think it's quite classy.
No, do you know what? It looks all right as a kit in its entirety. As a jersey alone, I wouldn't wear it. For me, I never want to be called a full kit, banker, right? But I think for this one, that's one I'd be happily labeled a full kit banker, wearing, because you can't just wear the jersey on its own. Wearing the jersey on its own, it doesn't look as good. But, I mean, second of all, the audacity to charge people £45 and not make sure that they have everything ready to go. I mean, the camera angle last week was absolutely shocking. It may as well have been, playing Where's Wally looking at the players. This week, we'll probably resume back in. Tottenham will be 2-0 up. We've missed half of Bergvall and Gray, which is half the reason why we've tuned in. It's absolutely ridiculous. Once again, take a bow, Daniel Levy, get it sorted. And now we have to look at Stephen Kelly. Fuck me. He hasn't played for Tottenham in about 30 years.
Oh, well, the one thing they have done is they forced us to now listen to somebody else talk about the technical difficulties instead of us talking about the technical difficulties. So if you'd like to listen to them, you're certainly welcome to, but I think Dave and I will just continue to rant about the ridiculousness that Spurs seem to have, because they're the only club, right, that also try to make money in these sort of extra ways, right? And I mean, it's clever, right? They think of all these genius ways to try to make money and try to make extra bits of profit here and there. But then when you do that, right, you have to have, I think, a bit more follow through with what you're actually delivering. It has to be a better product. It has to be a better experience. And it's just so disappointing, really. I mean, just ridiculous if you ask me, actually. I can't even believe that we are actually. Now it's been, 5-6 minutes now at this point that they haven't even fixed it? I think I'd tolerate maybe a few minutes of technical error, but we could maybe potentially miss this whole first half.
It's embarrassing.
And
honestly,
all we'll get is a kindly worded email from Daniel Levy saying "Coys Daniel" at the end, for the apology for the technical difficulties. There probably won't even be maybe a 10% voucher, at the gift shop or something is what we might get in return.
It's may as well just call this Watchalong a day. Oh, we're back. I already know we're getting highlights. Holy
now we're
shit.
getting highlights.
It really is. They better have stopped this friendly, until they get the TV back working. It's disgusting.
How many goals have we missed?
Look, in fairness, other clubs are charging for their pre-season friendlies. I think Hearts was £13 the other day on their channel to be able to watch the game through Hearts.
Really?
TV and that. So, it is something clubs are starting to do. Of course, Daniel Levy has paid the way, and I wouldn't be surprised to see more clubs have something like Spurs playing stuff like that. But if you're going to have it and you're going to charge the fans the money to watch, at least just make sure that the setup is right. You know what I mean? It's not hard, and at least make sure the cameraman has a decent angle in the stadium as well. It's absolutely ridiculous. And now we're back to these two plonkers. What's going on? Everyone's saying I need a free stream. Yeah, we all need something to be able to watch this
Dave,
game
that's
right
someone
now.
spamming it. I had to take care of it, but if you could take care of that for me next time, I'd appreciate that.
Yeah.
I put him in timeout though. It was being spammed there. Yeah, they're showing highlights instead. I can't believe this, really. I actually can't believe that we actually could go. What is it now? Been 6-7 minutes here at this point?
Yeah, probably 3-0 up.
Never know. It's still 0-0, says Levy with the bevy. I knew I should not have been bothered. Daniel Larson, take the time away from your birthday as well.
Akshay's comment is hilarious.
Say that again, Dave. I think you lagged out for a second there.
Oh, people are saying it's on QPR's channel. How do we get that, guys? Let us know. If someone could let us know how we get the QPR one up, that'd be brilliant. Adrian Chia says, anyone getting a new kit? If so, which player? I'm on a boycott of the Nike, to be brutally honest with you, at this moment in time, Adrian Chia. I think I've got another, 13 years to wait, because I think they signed a lot, like, what was it, 17-year contract, something ridiculous like that. But I'm on a boycott of all the Nike kits. I don't like them. They're not made for big men like me, which I think, I need to get a campaign going, actually, make kids for big guys like me, which they used to, which they stopped doing. They want us all to be, skinny wearing these kits, which I get, but at the end of the day, I would like a jersey that fits me as well. That'd be awesome. It doesn't make me look like a Teletubby, or that you've squished me into a swimsuit, which is not ideal. So for me, I'm all about bringing that back, the Adidas kit. So this is my new one this season. Adrian Chia, this little beauty right here. So that's my new kit.
£12 for QPR stream. So, geez, if
we've already paid 45 for Spurs play.
If already goes a few more minutes. Well, the problem is too is just, then you'll have to, one of your entertainments could be me, putting in my credit card information, on a watch along just to be able to watch a game here. But this is absolutely silly here. Absolutely silly. King Hoddle, don't scare us like that with a 1-0 to QPR. Hopefully it really isn't.
Oh, Lord, finally. You got in the substitution. Kulusevski coming on.
Oh, looks like
Who's
we're
come
back.
off?
0-0 still.
Oh, don't tell me Bergval's coming off. No.
Adrian Chia with a question here. Anyone getting a new kit? If so, which player? Good to see you, Adrian Chia. Hopefully you're keeping well.
Please not Bergval. If we've missed Bergval's 25 minutes.
Well, it'd be sad to even miss the injury because we don't really know the seriousness of it, but it looks like he was walking off. Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's him. Nah, guys, can someone... And he's going straight down the tunnel, which is not good. Guys, can someone that was watching the QPR one please keep us informed on what happened to Bergval there? Not good that he's coming off. Kulusevski coming off. Coming on. Big up K32. Really appreciate the love, my man. Guys,
you're lagging a bit.
To Bergval, please. Oh,
Adrian Chia, for the kit that I would be getting, I'm not going to really think about getting any new kits this year. I do like some of the designs, but I'm thinking about staying away from some of the new kits. I might actually lean on some of the older kits from the past because I'm very in love with this one that Nick has given me, thinking about the days of Under Armour. Maybe get a Moussa Dembele, something like that, if that's available, or even go further back, if there's any Berbatovs or anything like that. I really am looking forward to, doing some Spurs kit shopping of the older days, and that's why I'm going to try to look for a good, dime of a kit of maybe an older kind of Spurs legend of some kind. Dave, I'm going to go get a charger for my phone so I can keep an eye on the chat in case I need to put someone in timeout.
Yeah.
I think that's easier for me that way. But what would you do for Adrian Chia? What new kit would you bring?
Look, I'm like Jack. I'll go retro shopping. Classic Football Shirts is a great site for them. Or else I got this off Frank's Football if anybody's interested. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. Pre-orders out there today, so go and check them out. But that's what I'll be going for. Hamstring. Looks like a hamstring, so that's him off for a while. So, which is sad. That's his preseason over anyway, completely. If it's a hamstring, if it's gone, whether it's torn, let's wait and see.